Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from Seattle. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, here we go. Hey, here we go, son.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
On turbo.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early 2nd and long.
Line. Check 58. There we go, son.
Now Geno. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, CD, these two teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack and now the interception and the pick six to take the lead.
Partner, you'd have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say their plan worked to perfection.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the end zone, here comes Jalen Darden. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
53.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Two drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
And taken right on the 30. Ooh, with a juke. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42.
All right, fellas, listen up. Out!
On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6. Well, Tua's going to change things up.
Solo left Zion. 21G.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Now they'll change things up. From midfield, here's Tua. That is caught. He will have the first down and a bit more. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Braxton Berrios, 50 yards. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Sanders now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he'll get this to the 32.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a first down. This is Walker. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Line.
Just beating the play clock, Smith. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now Smith. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Geno now to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Throwing now is Geno. Finding Smith and Jigba downfield. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
49.
Smith. Incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Ready. Snowball. Hey, go flip her up.
Back to throw again. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play. This first quarter, 21-0 our score after one. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they've got it with a third down coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Here we go.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends.
Here we go.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on fourth down. It's Jason Myers. This a 31-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they do come up with their first points of the game, but Charles, the question is going to shift to their defense.
Yeah, the way things have gone, 3 points could become insignificant fast if this grows to 28-3 or 35-3. They need this defense to come up with a stop, and they need to do it now.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after getting up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 7. Now Tua signaling to change things up.
20, TX. Solo left Zion. Out.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front, the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
And
now they'll shift things around.
Let's go.
Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 67 yards. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Hey, trio left.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, here we go, hey. 49, flip it off, 49. Middle.
From the 50, it's Smith. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, there are several factors at play for why they
It's had many names, but only one NFL team over the years. We're at the home of the Dolphins, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now Smith. Escaping the pressure right. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And some room to work. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That good for 22 and a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll try the air now with Smith. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. Malik Washington deep for Miami. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Now Tua going to change the play. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. This one thrown underneath to Achane. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
I have to tell you, Brandon, I feel like a coach right now because I'm wondering why the angle route continues to be so effective when, as an inside linebacker, you're always taught, don't let someone cross your face. If they want to go outside, it's okay. But they make that outside fake, cut back inside, often to great success.
Not liking the look, they'll change the play. Here's Tua. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now is 2nd and 10.
32 Stinger. 44. Ready. Come on, 2. Out.
Short throw to Smith. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. 3rd and 5.
Turbo 3, kick. Hey. Bunny TX.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Hey, Turbo 1. Go ahead.
Tagovailoa trying again after the pick six. And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick six on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
Long. Watch it, Oscar. Out.
Now Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
All right. Scat. turbo two. Turbo two. Turbo two.
Tua sets up to pass it. Forced out to his left. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Hey, 21 TA. Turbo one, high. Ready.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. They're going deep for Hill. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, we go through it.
Play action. It's Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. 3rd down and 13. Now Gino. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. After 1, it's 9-0. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
13 next. There we go.
Back to throw, Smith. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
All right,
the Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. The drive starts with a run from Achane. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Turbo 3, kick. Solo left Zion.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Smith. His throw incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Here we go.
Here's Smith. Steps away to his left. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Here we go.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Hey, here we go,
Walker with another carry. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7. Metcalf motions left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing is Smith. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The 2 is going to change things up.
21G, 21G, long. 8. Set.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
There we go, throw it. Middle. No ball.
Now it's Smith. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
This is taken at the 18. It's a 54-yard punt with a return of 11. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Hey, come on, 2. Yeah, ready.
Again, it's Achane. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Running left, Achane. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
20, TX. Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Out!
Off of play action. Tagovailoa. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween, and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Hey, get set. Let's go. Hey.
Hill going to go in motion right. Tua on fourth down. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Corner, long. Ready,
Tua going to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. A shotgun snap for Smith. And this one is incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Throwing now is Geno. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. The final shot here before break. Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus.
There he goes, right side. He may go. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane. 70 yards. And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for two. They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Out of the gun, Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They run again with Walker. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Here's second and 10. Smith. He completes this to Walker. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a second and 9. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's third and long. Geno now to throw. And Walker has it. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Myers' kick is good, and that will tie the score at 15-all. It's another field goal, his third of the game. Maybe not exactly what you're looking for, but does bring them level now.
I like how you put that in there that brings them level, right? Because if you're talking about kicking, bringing that soccer analogy in, I love that one. I love that one a lot. You don't want to go for it on fourth down and come away with nothing, right? Go ahead and kick the ball. Make sure you get some points. Even if it's a safe call, I think it's the right call.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Watch it, Oscar. Get set.
Now Tua signaling to change things up. Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 114 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Achane here, they stay on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 3rd quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. On play action, here's Tua. And his throw here's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Looking to pass. Tua. He's got his target. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. Waddle's first catch, good for a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Now Tua. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the 1st half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the 1st target of the 2nd half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Tua to throw again. They set up the screen. Achane has it. He's got room at the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup.
You want to see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset? This is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on 3rd down.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Ready,
here's Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game, 1st and 10 here. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Smith now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Here we go.
Now Gino. And that's incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Now Tua going to change the play. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
21G. Scat. Hey. Corner, long. Hey.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And the defense loses him. It's complete. They're all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 83 yards. And the Dolphins use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. And now an audible here into something Right back to Achane on second down. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Here is 3rd and 5.
32 Stinger. Watch it, Oscar.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Throw right side. Going to be caught here by Waddle. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. Smith. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now it's Smith. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Hey, 21 TA. Turbo 1, high. Solo left Zion.
From the gun, it's Tua. Throw caught by Achane. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Turbo 3, kick. TX. G, 21G.
Hill going to go in motion right.
Out.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 64 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
From the gun, here's Smith. He's going to let it fly. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Javon Holland. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Turbo one. All right, come on. Turbo one.
Tua is going to change things up.
Turbo one, high. Turbo one, high.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now they'll audible to something else. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
Hey. 20, TX.
Tua going to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Back to throw, Smith. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Smith off the bootleg. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, You just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Tuesday. Here we go.
Throwing now is Geno. It got his man complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 32 on the play.
They absolutely had to take some chances downfield trailing here in the fourth quarter.
So why not go 4 verticals, send the guys downfield, say make a play?
And that's one of the favored routes of offensive coordinators. You know why? Because receivers can be open at any point running that route.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10.
Catch left. Here we go.
Throwing again is Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins will take over here at their own 12-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
21G. Corner, long. Watch it, Oscar.
They'll look to throw. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Now I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Hey, 21 TA.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, 38 yards. And the Dolphins tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Well, the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine, partner, on offense or on defense for this team. They were so well-rounded in this one.
They certainly were, and how about the day